Hello Stamper, welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm Franz Martin, independent demonstrator with Stamping Up at FrenchieStamps.com, and today I'm going to share with you a trifold. I learned that from Jill Olson. She had given me this card as a sample, so I'm going to share with you how this is done. I'm going to share with you a few different shapes, and also to go from the large to the smaller or small to large, what to look for. So this one here, it's from So Sweet Stitch. I will have all the name of the dies that I use and the size and everything on my blog. Right below you get the direct link. All the paper on the 3 cards that I'm sharing, it's all with the Tropical Oasis though. So, and then I got different technique that I'm going to share quick also. So let's do this one first, so you can see from the start to finish, and then we're going to share the other one, how it's done. So we're starting with a piece of cardstock that measures 5.5 by 12. So you're going to cut a piece of cardstock at 5.5 on the long way, so it's measured 5.5 by 12. You're going to score at 2, 5, and 8. So again, you score 2, 5, 8. Now, after this is done, I had already done quite a bit because I wanted to share 3 different ones. So you're going to decide which print you want the most. And first I thought, okay, this is going to be the inside because you can write on that side. But I wanted more of the flowers. So we're going to fold down, up, and down. So you're just going to fold like an accordion. After you get this done, you decide which paper you want in the bag. The size in the bag, so this is going to fit in a regular envelope, measure 4.25 by 5.5. First I thought the red, and the red and the green reminded me a little bit too much of Christmas. So I went with So Saffron. That's the bag in this. So we're going to go with So Saffron for the back, and I think it's a little bit more soft with the flowers. So we're going to mount this in the back of our, the layer for the back, and we're going to put that right here. And then I'm going to share with you some tip on how to apply or use the layers. So, I got this one. I did the circle, the scallop circle, and then a plain circle at the top. And again, I will have all measurement. I'm going to share a quick tip first on how I done the biscuit. I think that's the correct word. I use the Stamparatus. Oh, this got magnet in the back. I use Stamparatus, and I use a piece of watercolor paper. Before you start, you want to make a mark to tell you what's the top. I am using Poppy Parade for this. So you're going to ink this with Poppy Parade and stamp this. It looked kind of funny, but that's okay. You're going to take your aqua painter, and I just did a wash. I didn't add more color. I just used what was on the paper. Just make sure, oops, a bit too much water there. All is good. That's still good because it's going to get cut, so it's no biggie. And then I just keep on coloring. Let it dry, and after that it's dry, then you're going to come back and you're going to stamp again. One thing that I didn't do, let me see if I still have my Q-tips here. One thing that I didn't do that I did earlier, it's where you get the center, the pot seed there. I wipe that with just a Q-tips, and I use the Crush Curry marker. And I have to re-ink it. Let's go back up the bus here. So in this, wipe your center, the pot there, and then you're going to do the Crush Curry when you do that, you want to wipe, so you see, so you remove the red on this also. And then I would let that dry and stamp again. So the second time you stamp, then you want watercolor. You're just going to let it dry, and you see it's going to give you all this tone in it. So this is how I done this. This one looked kind of, because I didn't let it dry and so on, but you get the jig of how this is done. I sponge around with So Saffron, because like I said, I was planning to do the red, and I switched to the So Saffron. We're going to attach that to the scallop circle, and from there we're going to build. So let's attach this. Another one in this one that I pre-done, it's my little flowers, but let me show you how I done this. So here they are. So you see the center and around. So I was looking at these a bit here. So what I done, I didn't add the pink, just the red. So let me make sure the stamp it's washed, because I cannot remember if I washed it. We're going to use So Saffron. Whoops. Stuff are flying all over here. So let's use So Saffron. We're going to ink this. And then we're going to use our dauber with Poppy Parade. And then the center going to be sponge with Poppy Parade. And then I just tap a little bit. And then watch this. I'm going to huff on it just so it's moist again. And I'm going to stamp a little bit off though, because you're going to understand why I'm stamping off. Voila, my friend. Is that cool? I'm going to share with you if you use the marker. I had one that I used the marker for the center. Now I cannot, oh, I find it right here. See, it's almost too pronounced. So if you sponge, it's much better. So now we're going to attach this to our yellow, and again all size will be listed on my blog. So we're going to put this here. This one don't seem to glue all. Let me add glue. Here we go. So now to build this, first I thought to have for this one, I thought to have the small one, then my medium one, and then my big one. But see, it do not look good because of all the Mod Podge of the stamping. If it would be this way, that's different, right? So I could have done it this way. But because I get the stamping on top, what we're going to do is start with the big one at the top. But really, you want to start inside because you don't want to pass this. So we're going to start with the smallest one inside. So this one we can add glue all in the back. And I'm going to go about a finger. So that would be about 1/4 inch from the side. I don't want no stamping here. So right here. Now I got a piece here 2 3/4 by 5. So that would be a place you can write your memo. And I'm putting this on this panel here. And you're going to understand why it go in this panel. Not in here or there, because that's going to flop on the top. So you want to keep your pretty paper there. Now you're going to go with your second size. And now you're just going to pass that a little bit. So you just want half of the adhesive. And you want that on the left hand side. Because you don't want it to get stuck there. So I'm just going to go past this a little bit. Going to make sure my grading is straight. Put that there. Now I'm going to close this. And now we're going to put the big one right there. This looked kind of plain. So what I could do though, I got a strip here from another one. I think the palm tree go good with that, or even better, these leaves. So I'm going to cut this at 5 1/2. I'm just decided to add, not 5 1/2, 5 1/4. And it's from the same pack of paper. I'm just going to add that. I feel it's missing some color there with all the other one, but it's just the leaves. So I think this is going to add just a good wow effect. Again, for your flower, I'm going to put this in the bottom. You just want half of the adhesive, again, on the left hand side, nothing on the right. Now we're going to put, and I get too much glue there. So before we glue that, I put too much glue. Okay, you know what? No time for that, but inside, I'm going to crisscross this with my red. Here we go, just because I put too much glue. So you have to just put less, and it's easier to add more, right? Okay, now you're going to take this, just go right at the edge of your scallop there, and, well, I have to keep it this way. Put that right there. But make sure I don't have no glue in the back. See, I got a little bit of glue there that I can remove that easy. But you want to make sure you don't pass that in your glue, because if you do pass that, you know what's going to happen. When you close it, it won't open again. So now I got, here we go, boom, boom, boom. How cool is that? Et voila. So that is the big to the small. Now let's go the small to the big. So this one here, I use I cannot remember, I'm blank right now, another stitch one, and it's the same print again. This one I did thumping. Just in case you don't know what thumping is, let me share with you what thumping is for the technique. So I'm using my the palm tree. We're going to be using mint for this one. If I had it here, well, if I cannot put my hand on it, we're going to use another color. Let's use Pierre Pizzazz. In this one, it was mint. I'm going to ink this. We're going to use this one. We're going to use olive. I'm sorry, mossy meadow, and we're going to thump. So that's called thumping. This is that technique called thumping. So it's just going to give me a variation in my colors. This one was mint macaron and shaded of spruce. So now you're seeing another color. I'm using the early espresso and coloring the trunk. Voila. Voila. Now you could stamp this. I'm going to huff on it because it's dry in between. And I'm going to stamp that right here. Et voila! See all the different color tone you get in there? That it's with the thumping technique. Okay, now I already attached that together. Like I said, I wanted to do a few of them. So this one, we're going to have the smallest at the top. Even then, you get the smallest. We're going to stop with the bigger one, and we're going to put that right here. Just go right at the edge there. You're going to see you don't have much space to play there. So I get this here. This was another stamp set, perennial birthday. Now we're going to fold this again. This I did the same thing. I put for writing there. We're going to close this, and again just put on the left hand side. This time just go right here. I could have put a little bit more there, but that's okay. I'd rather have less than too much adhesive. Then I can lift this up here, add some there. So now see the nice border we got? Now we're going to close this one. And again here, I could have another strip there. And this would go perfect. So the other one I didn't add strip. For some reason, I think this one needs strip. So we're going to cut that at 5 1/4. And then I'm just going to use 3/4 inch. Just say to add another, because it's kind of plain with all the bright colors. And we're gonna add that right here. Again, it's all from the same paper pack. Now our hello gonna go right here. But you see, I just barely get place to attach it. So in this case, I am using 2 glue dots right at the edge. Glue dots, make sure it's strong enough, and then I'm gonna put that right there. So you see it's nesting very lovely. One thing you want to do when you do that, you want to make sure that when you stamp, you're gonna see I stamp all on the left side. You don't want nothing over here. Now for this tree here, what I done after I done this here, and watch this. I got a piece of scrap crumb cake here, just like what I use for those frame. And I didn't restamp this. I just off on it and stamp it, et voila. And off on it and stamp it again. So I just ink my stamp once, and then I did over here, and then I did inside here. Can you see just the shadow, the background of this? How cool is that? So even if it's show on the side, it's look okay. And then I sponge all with the Pretty Peacock. So now this is small to large. This is large to small. Oops. Voila. And this one here with the rectangle scallop here, it is large to small. So again, when I open it up, et voila, my friend. So I will have all the measurement. It's all the same measurement, just like for the center, what is the different measurement and what die I use. It will be all listed on my blog with which color I did for each card. So come and visit me at FrenchieStamps.com. You get the direct link right below for the direct link to bring you to this post, and also the Shop 24 button. It's right there. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up, and right below you can subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my creation. Thank you so much, and have a lovely day. Bye-bye for now.